Hello everybody and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei Day 3. And if you guys are wondering why on earth are you looking down, Roddy, when you're opening the show, that is because I had to get my tweet out because we're going live and we're actually just hopping into the first game immediately. So you guys won't be able to adore our beautiful, fancy, colorful shirts for now. But we will be back later and we'll just keep the camera on us.
You'll get enough. Ooh, you'll get enough.
This is quite arguably the worst color combination that we have ever worn on stream. And I love it.
Okay. It's okay. We make this look good, Roddy.
I'm glad that you're that confident. Normally I'm the confident one, but this one is even a stretch for me, Nate. Anyways, this is going to be the final day of StarCraft II action over here on the secondary stream of the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei. From this point on, as soon as two players have qualified from each groups, today we're doing Group C and D, it's all going to be mainstream. That's going to be nice for you and me, Nate, as well. We can just sit at home, eat those protein bars, and enjoy some good StarCraft without having to work. But for now, I'm still very excited to be bringing you guys some of the games today that won't be displayed.
Especially if the Terrans make it out of the group. I want to watch them on the final day.
Rain, man. Rain just tweeted that he misses me.
That's pretty. It's
probably comic, but doesn't matter. I believe it's Rain.
Tasia never tweets me or Bomber, none of them.
Bomber would probably tweet you. Bomber is your homie.
Bomber is my homie.
Anyways, I gotta go ahead and introduce the players for our first best of 3 of the day. Over here in the left bottom side of Expedition Lost. It's a new map, Nate. Excited.
Yeah.
Representing the Yoi Flash Wolves, it is San.
Yeah. Playing on the Korean server. He's got his NOS tag on, Kev.
Do you remember when NOS energy drink was a thing?
Yeah.
Long time ago. I believe it's still around.
It's ancient history, man.
It kind of feels like ancient esports history, that's for sure. Over here on the right top side of the map, we have one of my absolute favorite Zergs in the world. I know the last 12 months he hasn't been the same player as he was in 2013, but I still love this guy, man. And whenever I see his name, I get chills, and I don't have that very often for non-Protoss players. It is, of course, Soulkey, representing TCM.
Yeah,
I love casting Soulkey, man. It's just, Soulkey is one of these guys that's always something special for me. Like, I really love casting Jaedong and Bomber. Soulkey is also one of those guys. Of course, I enjoy casting every single Protoss around the world. If you're in Bronze League, doesn't matter, send your replay to me, I'll cast it with joy. But Soulkey is truly one of those special Zergs. Soulkey and Live, without a doubt, my two favorite Zerg players in the world.
Alright. I'd probably lean a bit more towards Life on that spectrum.
No, I mean, of course, Live is the boy wonder.
We're going to see him today, too.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we might not see him. He might just win both of his matches, and then we won't even get a chance to cast his games.
If he wins his first, then we won't have a chance to cast his game. Because we only do the first match of the opening group, the match that the main stream doesn't want. And then we do the
lower bracket match.
And then the lower bracket match. So 4 best of 3s are coming your way today on this stream. I do want to apologize in advance. There will probably be quite a bit of downtime on this stream. That's because, of course, the main focus, the priority is the mainstream. That's what has to go flawless and smooth, and that will have all the games. And we are just here to bring you guys the games that won't be displayed on the mainstream. But hey, we are not complaining, Nate. We are still watching some awesome StarCraft. We can copy these builds and hopefully have a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, my Terran heart as we get into this, a lot of these more Zergs. This whole tournament has been pretty Zerg and Protoss stacked. Look at this. San.
Going for the
Roddy,
San gate.
Is he going to do exactly what San does every single game?
I would be shocked. Do you really think he's going to wipe in a lot of Zealots and try to put on some serious amount of pressure?
Do you think he's going to put a 4th gateway in the back of his main base as he gets ready to finish Warp Gate?
I'd be shocked. Don't.
Oh,
no! 2 in the front and 1 gateway in the back of his main base.
That's just how some people roll, Kev.
I know. Some people like to shock it up, Nate. And this is one of these shocking Protoss builds. Pretty much a copy of what Hearthstone did yesterday on Overgrowth against Czech.
Yeah.
Of course, San has been, known for this for a very long amount of time.
San does this basically every single game he plays, every single series he plays versus Zerg, without fail.
Now, Soulkey wasn't born last night, and he knows that this is a tricky build. So what he's going to do, Soulkey says, you know what, if you want to open up on 4 gateways, and delay all additional tech and don't have a whole lot of economy behind it, I am just going to saturate the hell out of my 2 bases, and I'm going to sit on top of my ramp. I don't even have to transfer queens to the low ground where there is no creep, where they might be caught out of position. I don't have to worry about hatchery number 3. I'm going to sit on my 2 bases, and you know what, mate? I'm going to have a jolly good time. It's 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and he's up 8 workers. If this was ladder right now, Nate, I'd alt QQ and whine a little bit.
He's in a nice spot, to say the least. San It would take quite a bit of an investment for him to actually crack this, so he is continuing to build probes back home, Roddy. He's not going to go all in.
All right, these Zerglings will find a couple of Zealots. This is not a fight that Soulkey wants to take just yet. I wonder if Sun even knows that this hatchery is going down. Now, he checked before and he saw there was no hatchery. Mothership Core is going to fly into the main base. He will... No, he doesn't see the evolution chamber.
So he knows nothing.
He knows nothing.
You know nothing, son.
You know nothing, Sun Snow.
Nothing at all. That fast +1 attack.
It's cool.
Yeah, because he's going to absolutely Shrek any Zealots he fights.
Oh my god, and Sun still thinks that this hatchery is not going up. So he actually gets close on creep. This is a perfect surround for Soulkey. Soulkey's going to be able to take out all these Zealots, in my opinion, as long as these queens stop moving and actually start
those
shooting.
Queens were actually not doing anything at all. They were lazy.
That's a little bit sloppy. I think they were right-clicked on the Mothership Core. If they would have just started out putting out damage immediately on these Zealots, Soulkey would have had a much easier time cleaning this up. But in the end, this was definitely good enough for Soulkey. Right now they're even on workers, so Sun Gate is still annoying. This time he's going to lose the final though. Yeah, that's over.
That up should signal the end of this aggression. The Zealots could try to dive on that third, but yeah, there's way too many Lings. And now +1 attack is going to be finished.
Ooh, Warp Prism is going to be the immediate follow-up over here for Sun.
Well, he's just doing all the dirty builds. The 2 base, 4 gate into the sentry drop at the ramp. Yep. These Zealots are going to get cleaned up here. And yeah, +1 attack is done now, so the Lings will wreck these Zealots.
Yeah, I really love how Soulkey has approached this so far. He didn't just do blind the same build as he always does. He's like, no, I'm playing against Sun. And I know how Sun likes to play. I can probably still defend that hatchery, but it's going to be very tricky. And the third hatch would be very far away from the natural, so it's hard to connect you know, both bases with a creep highway. I'm just going to sit on 2 bases a little bit longer. And look at this! Soulkey! With a soul read, Nate. Man, he's playing well. This excites me.
He knows what's coming.
I get so happy when I see Soulkey play good StarCraft. I would love this to be like the start of a phenomenal run for Soulkey. I truly believe, I always believe in Soulkey. And I really do believe that this tournament, we could see some of that old magic, that 2013 Soulkey. The Soulkey that won a GSL while being down 0-3.
That would be pretty sick.
Man, where is Sun gonna take this?
The problem is those +1 Lings, like, you don't need much.
Oh, recall.
He comes out and catches the whole entire army.
You better recall. He should recall.
He's gonna burn all of his force fields. No, he then probably recall.
That's not going to be enough. He lost like 3 or 4 sentries there already.
And these Lings are just waiting. Oh, so many of those sentries are so low on health.
Yep.
You can pick them off.
Yeah, he gets
a couple of last hits here.
Yep. Wow. That was a good trade for some Zerglings, mate.
Yeah.
So there is a Warp Prism in the main base. I hope Soulkey keeps a close eye on that. He's just gonna jump on this again with Zerglings. He has 1-1 Zerglings this time. Sun, you are in. Oh, there was a Zergling blocking that Nexus as well.
These Lings are crazy.
This is good position though for Sun. But I mean, I think he can just right-click on this hatchery.
Sun's warping in some Zealots now off of that Warp Prism. But yeah, the Nexus dies so fast. +1 Lings, Roddy. It's not fair.
Nope. One more sentry going to fall as well. He's going to clean up these Zealots. +1 Zerglings are serious business. The RC. Oh, Zergling run by as well in the natural. Soulkey's all over this game.
Soulkey just taking it to the hole here against Sun. Game number 1. Zealot being open to defend, but even those having a little bit of trouble. And as you said, there's the recall to go back into his base. Defends the Zealot pressure with no problem at all. And now the Spire is on the way, which pretty much means it's all over for a Robo play.
Yep, because we don't even have a Twilight Council on the map yet. So we don't have a Stargate either. It's nothing but Zergling. Soulkey taking a note out of life, his playbook. It's like, so you're the Zerg King? Or the Link King? I think I can make some Zerglings as well. This Nexus is so dead. Even if it was in its coffin, Nate, it would still die.
Yeah, that's generally fitting. I'll have to agree with you, Rotterdam.
Most of the time when things are in the coffin, they are.
Yeah,
kind of
that's fair. That's a fair assertion to make. Warp Prism goes towards the third base.
Oh my god, what a cool game.
There's nowhere to go in. I love seeing a Zerg get away with this, because you just get these Lings and those upgrades just start rolling so hard.
Like, this is not a style that you want to bust out against the Protoss player that just opens Nexus first into 3 gate, 3 bases with Twilight and +2 Blink Stalkers. Like, no, this would not do all that well. It's much less likely that you will be able to find some openings. This is still going to be a scary push. Sun realizes, like, alright, there's just no freaking way that I will ever...
With the Lings, the Mutas should be more than enough. 13 Mutalisks.
I know, but if Sun picks up on it, and he warps in a bunch of Stalkers and gets good force fields early on, and with this Zergling counter is actually going to be devastating. There is one cannon, but if I was... Just force out a bunch of buildings, I guess.
Yeah, well, eventually with the +1 attack, he should be able to just dig through a lot of this. There are quite a few cannons and such being set up.
What I really like from Sun though is that he's bringing a probe as well. He's not just relying on the Warp Prism that is going to be his only reinforcements, because then the Mutalisk could right-click on it. This is still a pretty terrifying Protoss army, Nate. Maybe get the probe and the Warp Prism. The probe is actually very exposed.
Warp Prism's dead. The follow-up pylon getting picked off, and this choke point is pretty good for fighting against Lings.
Probe,
but the Mutalisk is still there.
Oh my god, if he would have killed the probe, it's game over. Oh, the Zergling!
Little Ling,
no!
I believe. Oh, he's going for it. At the same time, the Mutalisk and the Zergling's taking on this army in the main. He's backed into a corner, but the +1 upgrades and the +2 Carapace makes these Lings just a little bit too hardy. And the Mutas, without the reinforcements, they'll be able to clean all of this up with absolutely no difficulty whatsoever. GG. Soulkey takes game number 1 in convincing fashion. Rotterdam. San tried the San Gate, didn't work. Wanted to go into Immortal Sentry, didn't work. Wanted to take a third, didn't work. Nothing worked against this Zerg player this game.
Nothing at all, Nate.
Soulkey played like a literal god, Rotterdam.
It was just, you know, if I was Sun right now, I'd feel like one of these guys that tries really hard. But in the end, it's just never good enough, man. Whatever I try, it's just not good enough. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
I kind of felt that that's what's happening over here. Just awesome. Awesome game by Soulkey. I loved everything about it. Like I said before, I don't think this is a build that he would do against any other Protoss out there. But Sun, being as predictable as it is, or as he often is, and no. Well, that would have been scary. For a second, I was actually in player slot number 2, and it would have been a PvP.
It may be the host, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, let's save our admin. All right. Are you ready to play versus San? Are we casting Rotterdam versus San in some 11-gate PvP action?
My PvP on Overgrove is nothing to mess with, Nate. I actually think I could take him.
I believe.
Yeah, you know.
Well,
if we play on NA server, I kind of believe.
On NA server, yeah, then miracles could happen.
And right now, I do not believe in it. But just awesome game by Soulkey. He had such a huge economic lead early on, despite only being on 2 hatcheries. Of course, 2 hatch against 2 Nexus is not good normally for a Zerg player. So some people might be wondering, like, why is Rotterdam selling this game like this is going really well for Soulkey? Well, he's even on basis. That's just because of the way that San opened. And of course, if you open up with 4 gateways as a Protoss player, you won't have quick +2 Blink Stalkers. You won't be able to go up to 3 bases easily. You don't have an answer to Mutalisk. You open up with 4 gateways, and normally what you want to do is pick off Queens, maybe cancel a hatchery, or at least force out a ridiculous amount of links. Soulkey did such a phenomenal job in droning up early on, then making the Zerglings, and then also getting the upgrades, just shutting everything down. I know I sound like a fanboy, and I am a little bit of a fanboy.
Wow, Rotterdam, you're so biased.
Well, I am actually biased against the Protoss. Like, guys, I want to make a thread on Reddit because Rotterdam is supposed to cheer for the Protoss, but he was actually cheering for the Zerg. I'm very offended right now.
Then you're like, man, San did such a great build. Wow, can he just please pretend for a moment he's not a Protoss and give us an unbiased look at the game? All he talks about is the Protoss build order.
Anyways, awesome play by this man over here in the right top side of Overgrove, representing TCM. It is a Soulkey. Soulkey. Finish him.
Yeah. Was it you that was telling me? Yeah, his name sounds like a sick Mortal Kombat character. I have Mortal Kombat on the mind.
I often, or I always said this, and I've said it to Mr. Bidder as well previous times in the past. And then Bidder was like, he was like experimenting with it and saying Soulkey in like 7 different ways.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
like Soulkey.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right. It is a really cool name.
Soulkey wins.
And over here on the left bottom side of the map, we have our Protoss, who is going to switch it up this game, and that excites me as well. As of course, I am a Protoss player by heart. Yoey Flashwolf's San. San, one of the most consistent players in the world. He's still waiting for a couple of those big tournament victories. I know that he won an Aces Rock back in the days. But other than that, it's just deep tournament run after deep tournament run after deep tournament run. But not really, you know, he never won a Dreamhack. He never won an Intel Extreme Masters. He never won a BlizzCon or a did he win? No, he didn't win a WCS season. He made it to the final, but lost against Stardust 4-0 in PvP. That was actually awesome play by Stardust.
Yeah, it doesn't have that big. He can't get the championship
put a ring on it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the championship ring.
You know, son, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. And he didn't, Nick.
No, he just put a 4th gateway on it instead.
Does Soulkey know? Yep, Soulkey's Overlord has spotted this Nexus. He's like, ah, cool, you're switching it up. Well, if you're switching it up and I don't have to worry about your 4 gateway Sun, Zealot Thresher, then I am going to switch it up as well. No, he changes his mind.
Oh, once again, another switch up.
That's weird, Nate. That actually surprises me, because if I was Soulkey, I'd be like, man, go for it. Go 3 hatcheries gasless.
Is this the part where San still gets like a 4th gateway just hidden somewhere?
I mean, it's possible, but I still think for Soulkey, he should be able to hold it then. You can take both extractors a little bit later, but Soulkey changing his mind, that's weird. That's not something you see a Zerg player of his caliber often do without really seeing anything different. It's not like he scouted something else. If it's Nexus first, Nate, it's Nexus first, and that's not going to change the first 5 minutes of this game.
No. So 7-inning score finishes up. There is enough gas for him to get any level of tech he could get early on, but it's going to be a mothership core to start off.
Yep, Sun doesn't know a whole lot. He doesn't know that there is an extractor going down. He has to really start dropping a pylon over here soon, by the way, Nate, because he needs to start working on his wall off. Soulkey would love to take out that probe. I actually think... No, there's a mothership core in Zelda. I don't know what I think about this game so far, Nate Arena.
You don't know what you think. It's okay. Sometimes I'm confused when I see players like Soulkey.
I think people will be confused if they see the color of our shirts tonight.
Yeah, well, they'll get plenty of that, I'm sure. Gotta keep the people entertained. It's a Stargate! It's not a 4th gateway, Kev!
No, I don't know. That makes sense, because he opened up so different.
I mean, doing it twice in a row just means.
And also, this would be a Nexus first, so your 4th gate is or your 4th gateway pressure is still going to arrive a lot later than it would normally arrive. To go 1 gate fast expand would just not be very smart, especially not because Soulkey again, you know, went up to 3 bases a little bit later than Zerg players normally do it. It's very good for Soulkey that he picks up this probe. There is absolutely nothing out on the map right now for Sun. And of course Soulkey can be 100% sure about that, but he probably expects it because he has the Overlord over here, he's at vision. He's been running around with Zerglings, he should know that there is no hidden pylon. Crouching probe, hidden pylon, not today, Nate. I actually want to watch that movie.
Today.
Let's watch that movie once.
Maybe. After I finish playing some fighting games. Sun wins.
Okay.
You could do a lot of these players' names like that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Some of them I don't think as well.
Deja.
I think like 4G would be a difficult one.
Chaedong sounds cool.
Yeah.
Overlord is going to get sacrificed in the main base, but will spot the Stargate and even gets the Forge as well. That's really nice.
Yeah, it gets a full read. He knows everything. Even sees this Oracle leaving. Now what's there to defend? 2 spores finishing up, and another Queen about to pop.
Interesting. Again, we are going to see this +1.
The creep spread, by the way, is connecting the natural and the 3rd now. So moving queens between those bases to defend against the Oracle is now an option. So important to keep that in mind.
Yeah, this port was a little bit late. If I was no Sun, he should have gone to the other base.
Dive on it!
He can actually kill 5-6 drones here. I am convinced. Even when there are 2 queens. No.
It's too late. He missed his chance.
If he would have gone for it immediately, this sport crawler was pretty late. I really think that he would have been able to kill 5 or 6 drones. 1 queen does not have enough DPS to shoot down an Oracle quickly before you lose half your mineral line. Wow, Sun's going up to 3 base. Oh, gets the sentry there. Sun's not paying attention. Losing
man,
1 sentry.
Late. He really is trying to be. He's trying to be the next life.
Yeah, the linking. Revenge of the linking. It's a different linking.
It's chapter 2. Oh, he's going into the natural as well. That sentry's taking some heat. So he's got time in an Oracle, which will be more than enough to defend.
He only made 1 Oracle, right? Yeah. Cool. So he's going up to 3 bases very quick over here. San, of course, is known for his PvZ, but I've always felt that his PvZ record was a little bit, how would you say that, deceiving. I just felt he beat up so much on European Zerg players that it actually looked that he was a lot better in his matchup than he truly was. I really believe that Live was going to beat him at BlizzCon, and Live did beat him at BlizzCon very convincingly, even 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, the history and record can really get messed up, especially when you look at some of the guys that play in the online tournaments all the time.
Yep. Suddenly Violet has a 95% win record in CVT. Then he plays against Bolt and he can't win. It's like...
This doesn't seem right. +1 at melee is finishing for Soulkey, so once again, these Lings are going to be big pain in San's side. However, this time around, he will not be following it up with Mutalisk. It's actually going to be Roach Hydra.
Yeah, and he's getting missile attacks as well. He has a 2nd evolution chamber too. I kind of like how this is going so far for San. I would be lying if I said I didn't. He went for a very economic build, didn't really overcommit in anything.
It's just Hydra Ling, actually. No, he doesn't even have a Roach Horn, so...
Yeah, I kind of feel that Soulkey wants to make a massive push. He's not just going to make a few Hydralisk and then try to transition. I think he's going to go absolutely crazy on Zergling Hydra and just try to win the game with that. We do see the 4th base going down. It's at the gold. I mean, I think that Soulkey might be able to get a fight where he has like 14, 15 Hydralisk, and the only thing that he's fighting will be Zerglings and Stalkers, maybe an Immortal or something, but nothing that absolutely shatters Hydras, like a Colossus or Storm.
No, yeah, I like this setup that Soulkey's going for. Without any late tech, without Storm, without Colossi, laying Hydra is actually really
Sun
good.
shouldn't be moving out. I'm not sure what he's thinking or what he's expecting.
If he gets caught, he's done.
Yep.
Look how many Hydras are finishing up. He's got 12 on the map now.
This would actually be an absolutely perfect moment for Soulkey to fight. He's up in army supply. He has Hydralisking as an army that doesn't have any Colossus.
Flank. He could go for the counter as well. Yeah, this is really dirty.
Yeah, this is going to be a recall. You're going to have to recall. Oh, Mothership Core, he has to be so careful. He really has to recall.
Things are coming up. He's got him fully surrounded, picks off a few Stalkers. He does get the recall off, though, Kev, but he's still in a tricky spot because now
that sentry.
has that gold.
Oh my god, 2 sentries are stuck, mate.
Oh, no. Wow.
So he's forced to kill one of his own gateways. Leaves him with 5 gateways.
Oh, no. The other sentry's still stuck.
Oh, my god.
Oh.
Yeah, what do? You need that cannon, too. So force fields is truly what's going to keep Sun in this game. He needs to drop some phenomenal force fields over here. He knows that the army is here. The Soulkey knows the Protoss army is here. Well, now he knows. He's like one Zergling.
Yeah, I wouldn't attack up into that.
No. Well, he's going to try, though. From coming from 2 sides, let's not forget, he has +1 missile attacks, he has Carapace, and he has the Zergling upgrade. It's a true 1-1-1 of Zerg over here. He's also starting a hive already, a 12-minute hive. Here we go, Nate. Soulkey's going to try to go for the big flank.
Yeah, a couple of the Zerglings squeeze in from the left side, but the force fields are solid all around for Sun, buying him a significant amount of time. And he still has quite a few force fields remaining on his sentries.
Like it a lot. Very solid defense there by Sun. Good army positioning. Forward Blink after a couple of...
4 Hydras just kind of derped right there.
He's still very active with his Oracle. I like that. 2 by Sun. Last game I gave a lot of credits to Soulkey. This time I'm going to have to give it to Sun. He's doing a really good job keeping his Oracle alive, figuring out what he's playing against. Got a little bit unfortunate with these sentries, of course. This is becoming quite a scary army. Soulkey, I know you're going up to Hive and you're getting all the upgrades a man could wish for, but you're going to need some units real soon, mate. He has a lot of Zerglings, though. But I mean, just Zerglings is not going to cut it against all these sentries. The counterattack might be very promising.
Plus he has this turret sentry as well, stuck next to the cannon that can always
actually so useful.
Yeah,
it's really funny. The accidental sentry that became a hero. Soulkey is maxed out now after he just made a bunch of roaches. And with a bunch of being 12, with 12 more in the way. 24, Mothership Core!
Oh, Zergling's actually coming in from the side as well to try and help hold this army in place. And he actually gets them from behind as well, so his army's completely trapped.
Yep, I mean, in the end, the majority of the Zerglings die, but not before. They did so much damage to all these Stalkers. A lot of the sentries are dead. The Mothership Core is dead. Just Stalker. Oh, did he just kill his own Stalker? He did, right?
That was awkward.
He has the Oracle here as well. I don't think the Sun. Oh my god, Sun, you're down 40 supply and half your army is like already injured. I don't think you can ever win this fight, Nate.
Yeah, it'd be a really risky battle for him to take, but Soulkey, he'd love to bait him.
I love the additional Vipers as well. I can land a couple of Blinding Clouds on top of this army, and it really derps Stalkers. They will move forward and they will just move straight into the meat grinder that is well upgraded Roach Hydra right now. Good engagement there by Soulkey as well. He's coming from so many different angles. It's going to be very difficult for Sun to micro Stalkers
and there's no Mothership Core. There's no way out of this situation for him. All his sentries have expended their energy. He's going to blink on top of the top half of the army and just try to win 2 battles here. And he does clean up most of the northern forces, but now he has nowhere to run against the top side, and there are those Blinding Clouds you were talking about.
Yeah, but there are quite a few Hydralisks still left. I mean, it started to look okay for Sun, but now you just see the damage output of all these Hydras. Reinforcements have arrived, though, but Soulkey is still up 50 supply, and these Stalkers, I love that.
He's stuck at 200 supply, man.
Yeah. Soulkey's like, hey, bro, I kind of want to build some units. Can you kill a few, please? 23 roaches on the way. Sick macro by Soulkey. Did you see that as well? Like, reinforcements arrive. Soulkey's like, cool, blink Stalkers that have blink on cooldown. I'll just right click on all of them. And he just picked off all 5 of them immediately. I think this is a fight that Sun might be able to hold for now, but there are just so many roaches streaming across the map.
He's collapsing under the pressure. The Blinding Clouds force a few of these Stalkers forward, and that, of course, makes it a little bit easier for him to hit. And you see Sun dropping below 80 supply. GG. Soulkey takes the series 2-0. Very, very convincing series from Soulkey, giving me them tingles, man.
Flashbacks of 2013 Soulkey right there. Flawless series by him, pretty much. That last game, Sun definitely didn't play poor at all. The first game was a little bit too predictable. I wasn't digging it all that much. I think Sun played quite solid in this game. When he was forced to recall, I felt that's when things started to get worse for him. And then the sentries got stuck, you know, that's unfortunate. I love the positioning on the high ground with the first set of force fields. But then that final engagement, Soulkey had it planned out all along, you know, Zerglings coming in from behind. And even though, yes, he lost like 60 Zerglings when the Roaches and Hydras couldn't fight, but those Zerglings killed a lot of sentries. They forced all of the Stalkers to be at least on half HP. And after that, he was able to set up again with Roaches and Hydras coming from a 360-degree angle and also sniping that pylon on the low ground, meaning no immediate reinforcements for Sun. The Vipers coming in as well, dropping a blinding cloud here and there. Just really awesome play there by Soulkey.
Yeah, really, really cool to see from him. And like you said, the only thing that looked really good for San was that setup he had against the first Ling Hydra Force, which it can be difficult, especially considering that one of his sentries was like totally out of position, locked at that third base with 200 energy. But
no.
Oh well.
Oh, that excites me, man. The winner of this series, which was of course Soulkey, will go up against either Live or 4GG. That is happening right now.
Life is up 1-0, so there could be a ZvZ between the Ling King and the man who
wants to be the Ling King. Now, cool style. I really love it. This 1-on-1 upgrade style, something we've seen in the past. I'm excited. Of course, we can take a look at Group D as well, as there will be some Group D action later today. That group, if you're a Zerg player, you're going to have a very good time with it as well. As it's Roots Hydra. Finally, we are going to see him in one of these tournaments again. Going up against Parting. Makes my Protoss heart beat very fast. Maru. You know, I'm not a Terran, but I'm pretty much in love with that little man. As Maru is just fantastic to watch. And last but not least, True. That's a Zerg player that still kind of has to, you know, fight for my love. He's getting there. I know he's really good, but I'm just not on the True bandwagon yet. But I know that he is extremely good. So overall, we have two awesome groups with StarCraft II action today. We're just going to head over to a very small break. We will be doing the lower bracket match. So the next match on this stream is going to be Sun versus either 4GG or Live. Right now, Live is leading, but the second game just started. So hop over to the main stream, ESL.TV _SC2, of course on Twitch.tv. And yeah, that's it for now.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit.